Through there. Come on. Through the gardens.
What's the matter, Danny? You never taken a shortcut before?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Movie Club number. Why do I always
12, I think
Movie
it's
Club
12.
number 12. Okay, next week I'm for sure gonna remember to look it up before we start.
13's such a weird number, though, so you're not going to remember.
Yeah, that's true. So, did you know Friday the 13th is in October this year?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I don't know that.
That's great.
What scary movie comes out? Do you know?
Final Quest? I don't know.
Well, hopefully not.
gross.
I heard it's always
Is it Death Day? It might be
so-
Death Day.
A Death Day.
Happy Death Day or
I
something.
want to see
Yeah.
Happy Death Day and like the snowman.
Happy Death Day
Snowman.
actually looks pretty cool.
Snowman.
Oh yeah, that's Michael
that looks-
Fassbender.
That's Michael Fassbender.
That
yeah.
looks that one I was
But,
interested in.
Yeah, I don't know why we started talking about that. So anyway, this week we are doing Richie's pick.
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. Do you know who the director was?
Yeah.
Who?
Edgar Wright.
Got him.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Same director for Baby Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baby Driver's director.
Modern classic.
Shaun
Part of
of
the-
the
Some were saying.
World's
And
End.
I-
It is the modern
this time,
classic.
so
That's a good movie.
I haven't seen The World's End or Shaun of the Dead, so.
Same.
But
Shaun
I
of the
finally
Dead.
realized why it's called the Cornetto trilogy, because apparently they probably eat that ice cream in all three of the movies. I'm assuming
Ice cream?
that ice cream they eat at one part is called Cornetto ice cream or something.
Wasn't Simon Pegg in
Yeah, Simon Pegg was.
I was wondering why they
call
call it the Cornetto trilogy.
And that other
You
guy,
want to know
too.
something
The fat guy
cool
was in
about
the other two
Nick
as well.
Frost.
Yeah.
Okay, so in
I
Shaun,
think
of,
Nick
in
Frost.
Shaun of the Dead,
Yeah, I think that's.
I saw this YouTube video how, like, in the very beginning of the movie, they have like a conversation, and they explain the entire ending in the first conversation of the movie.
In Hot Fuzz? Oh, in
No.
Shaun
Oh
of the Dead.
yeah,
Shaun of
yeah,
the Dead,
yeah. I know what
yeah.
you're talking
There's some of that in this movie too. Maybe
Yeah.
actually, we'll get into it. So yeah, this was directed by Edgar Wright, and it came out in 2007, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, Simon Pegg. I think Simon Pegg and Nick Frost wrote it too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
No, Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright wrote it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Richie, why do you want to tell us? Let's get in a little deep in your head. Why'd you choose this movie?
What we could even
Oh, yeah,
say,
should we introduce
say,
ourselves?
we could even say that we could bash your head in for the information. That's in Hot Fuzz. You don't remember that part?
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah, the weird guy Skinner or whatever his name is. It's like
Skinner.
I just want to bash your brains in so I could get all that information out.
Oh
of it.
yeah.
And then
Isn't he
you
a
bash
pop-
your skull.
Oh,
and all the
yeah, all the information
Spoilers.
Isn't he a popular actor? I think.
What is his name?
I forgot. I think
I know him from this movie though. That's what
I've seen him
that's what I know.
before in other things, but he's a good actor.
Billy.
No, it's not.
It's
Yeah. So Richie, you want to tell us why you picked the movie? I'll find it.
Mostly just because of Baby Driver.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
really? I thought you would have picked it for Simon Pegg. He's a funny
I don't
actor.
even know about him. I mean, I've heard of him. But
He's in like the new Star Trek movies.
Star
right?
Trek, and he wasn't in Force Awakens.
I think he wrote Beyond the last one.
Yeah, he was really big.
Yeah,
the reason why
and
I said
also
And he wrote. Yeah,
This
he
guy.
wrote.
what other good
Timothy
movie
Dalton.
was he in? Like a spy movie of some sort.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's-
yeah,
oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
know, but yeah.
Yeah. But okay, so that's it. Just because Edgar Wright directed it.
Yeah.
So why'd you choose this one then?
That's pretty just
Well, I just saw like recommended.
Because he did. He's done a superhero movie too. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Oh, I want to watch that.
Yeah,
good.
it's not bad.
It's like one of those cult movies.
Yeah. That's what they're saying. Yeah, they're saying that Baby Driver made more money than all of Edgar Wright's previous movies combined.
Jeez.
So basically, he hasn't really had a hit until Baby Driver, but he's a popular director in terms of like people like him a lot.
Yeah.
He has more of like a cult following. So, you want to give our non-spoiler thoughts first? Richie, you want to go first? What do you think? Did it live up?
Oh yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I really liked it. What did I like? I don't know. I like the way, just the way the movie presents itself. It never takes itself too seriously, which I think is important for like a movie that wants to stray the line between comedy and a little bit of not really drama, but like action and like
dark comedy.
Yeah, dark comedy. Yeah.
It is dark comedy.
Yeah.
But I think it's obviously like, and if you look at his other movies, like I mean, Shaun of the Dead is this parody of zombie movies. This is a parody of like buddy comedy. I don't know, like just action movies and the two buddy cop movies.
Bad Boys.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's pretty obvious from the movie.
Yeah. Well, they even referenced it.
Yeah. So what do you think, Kyle? What do you think?
Had a really good thought in my head. Crap.
You wanna come back?
Yeah,
We'll come back to you.
Like he said something and I thought about it. I was like,
What did he say? Okay, well, Austin, you go. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I really like this movie. I seen it before once, and I freaking loved it. And my dad has seen this film too, and surprisingly, he really liked it as well. Because, especially with like all the F-bombs and all. I mean, there wasn't a lot, but especially towards the end, because with all the Bad Boys 2 references.
Yeah, it
but it was so
gets
good.
way better towards the end.
Oh,
It does, but from beginning to end, I was entertained because I like the style of this movie and the fast pacing. But they did such a really.
No, I think it might have been a little bit slow
I don't think so. It wasn't slow for me.
when they were setting all the village
yeah.
up.
It was,
Nah, I don't think so.
But I actually disagree too. I don't think it was that slow.
So you want to go?
It's good world building.
No, but I really like it.
Unlike
Yeah,
some
because
other movies
I
we
watched the
reviewed.
first time because
I think it was better
the
the second time for me. I think it was better the second time.
Yeah, I'll just go then. Yeah, I've seen it before too. I saw it recently, and then I kind of had the same thoughts. Like, I liked it, but I did think it was kind of slow parts the first time, and this time I think I liked it. I liked it even more the second time. I don't know, because I think comedy, especially good comedies, sometimes the first time you watch a good comedy, you might get caught up in the story too much when that's not really the point. And then the second time you watch it, you can actually just kind of get the jokes and stuff they're going for.
Yeah, exactly. I was able to understand a lot.
Yeah, because you already know what's going to happen. So
Yeah, exactly.
Blake, what do you think of the movie?
I thought it was fantastic. I was thoroughly entertained from beginning to end. I thought the comedy was great.
Yeah.
Like from the very beginning, even it was great. Like the first 10 minutes of the movie, there was like 5 jokes I laughed at.
It just started off really.
And it's like it's not like one-liners either. It's just like whenever he goes to his girlfriend at that crime scene, and he says, "You're seeing someone else," and she's like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Is it Bill?" She's like, "No," and he's like, "Is it Dave?" It's Dave, and then he's like, "Hello there." I don't know why I found that so funny. It was just the way it's presented.
yeah, they all
But it's
look
like-
the exact same. And she said something like, she was like, does he look like somebody I date? And then it's exactly like the guy right next to him.
And he starts talking to like just the
He's
wrong
just like,
person.
Oh yeah, and then he's like, you know that glass is broken from the inside, right? Everyone's like, who? But is that why you liked it?
No, I just liked the entire thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the third act is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's so good.
so awesome.
Okay, so Kyle, what do you think of the movie?
Okay, so what I remember is that I'd like seen that movie like scrolling through Netflix like a lot,
Yeah.
and like I'd never even thought about like clicking on it. I just like the picture, like the
Picture's not
cover of the
that
movie
good.
is not that
No,
good,
it's not.
and like I guess that's another reason you can't like judge like a book or a movie.
Judge
like,
a movie by
the-
its title.
But judge a book by its cover. Yeah.
Wait, you thought the poster wasn't that good?
The one on Netflix. They
Yeah,
have.
the one on
Netflix
Netflix,
wasn't that
okay.
good. Like it was.
It
was
looks
really
like
generic.
It looks like a B movie.
Yeah, it looks really
Yeah, it
generic.
kind of does.
Yeah, it
like
was-
with the
but the
explosion
one-
in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
I thought
No,
it was
because
just
not only
another-
not the title cover, but like when you click on it and it'll show the background,
Yeah,
the big
yeah.
one, it just shows him like dodging an explosion.
Yeah, well, yeah.
In the movie, it's really funny because it's at the very end.
Yeah.
But
but the actual movie poster with him and Nick Frost or whatever walking and there's just an explosion behind him is pretty cool. I don't know. I like that poster.
See,
It's awesome.
that
Let me go back to
That's
the reason
okay,
I like
yeah.
it. It's like, okay, so like the reason I like it so much is because I thought it was really interesting the way like the victims like died in the
Oh yeah.
in the
Yeah, the
beginning.
ending is unique.
Yeah,
We'll get to the ending, but yeah, that's why I like it so much. The ending.
Yeah.
Just on the explosion thing, real quick. I think like that one uses the explosions really well. Like especially with the. It's not really a spoiler, but when they're in that shed or whatever,
Oh yeah.
and they think there's going to be an explosion. I think that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
well,
I still think.
yeah.
But for me, but for me, my favorite explosion is is still in the other guys. When they like run out of that building, and they both fall, and they're like, "This is nothing like the movies." They're like in pain. I love
I
it.
just like the chemistry between Simon Pegg's character and what's the other guy's character?
Nick Frost.
Nick Frost.
I don't know what the name is.
Like the build up, like he's kind of a dumb guy, but he was still really hilarious.
His character is
policeman
awesome.
captain,
but he's still awesome. Yeah, like I love how they build up all the way from the beginning.
Yeah,
it was so good.
The policeman captain.
Yeah,
but all right, so I think we can just go straight into spoilers. We kind of said what our favorite parts were. So who wants to? I'll just say to start us off. I like how what you were saying earlier with their chemistry, but I think the script writing is really good in this, mainly because like there's a lot of like minor things that are set up in the first act or first half of the movie where they just say little small stuff and you think they're jokes. But then they come back later in the third act, and it actually is like a huge point of the movie, like with the ketchup thing.
Yeah,
with the ketchup, that's like a huge part. Or like, or he's just talking like, "Have you ever shot 2 guns in a row while you're jumping in the air?" Or like, they're like, "What's on?" And they actually do all that stuff later on in the movie.
It's actually really
funny.
awesome. Too.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So, how do you want to talk about this movie, Richard? Do you want to just go from beginning to end, or do you want to talk about favorite parts, or what?
Probably just favorite parts.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I'll start because I think I just like the movie as a whole, but I think like my favorite part is just when they're when he's at the fair and he's like, "Okay, come meet me at 3:00," and like as soon as he gets there, that giant thing like
the gore in this is like
it
really
was like
bad.
it was terrible,
yeah.
like total CGI. It was insane.
No, but not bad like that. I mean, like
really
it's actually really gory.
No, it
though.
makes it funny. Like, the way
It's like
the way
over
they
the
present it.
top.
Yeah, like it's really
Yeah,
over
like-
the top.
Like when
yeah,
they fell on that guy's head or whatever for the church.
Yeah, that's what he's talking
that's
about.
what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's what he's talking
Yeah.
and he just walks forward a little bit and falls over.
and the thing is, like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
just-
they show him walking
Yeah.
with it on his head.
It's
just-
just the point though.
I
It's
think
so
it
good.
kind of like has a point to like Scream because he kind of has like the same costume.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
reminds me of the Toby scene in Michael Scarn.
when they
Oh,
most critical shot of the movie. That one.
when it explodes.
Oh yeah. I remember.
but yeah. So I just think that's, and I thought it was really funny how like he just came up there and like and bright as day and like big giant black robes and just like
Yeah,
puts
yeah.
it on.
And they really don't explain how he gets down either.
No, because like there's only a one way. It didn't show
Yeah,
like,
there's
any
one
other
way
ways.
out. Yeah, yeah.
And he like runs up.
So, yeah,
as soon as he-
then we don't see how they get out.
Huh.
Oh well, I mean it's not that big of a deal.
They obviously
Wiley
have
would be like, oh,
superpowers.
4.5 stars.
No, because remember at the end they showed there was actually 2 people that pushed that thing on, not just one.
Yeah.
2 of them.
No,
actually.
all of them were there.
No,
A lot
when
of
they
them-
pushed the
no,
church
a lot of
down.
them were pushing them. It was probably about 5.
I'm pretty sure it's 2. Like in that scene where they're doing the flashbacks, there's 2 people pushing it, not 1. But okay, that
Oh, there
doesn't
might have
matter.
been. I know, like there's a lot of like quick cuts,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
sometimes it's hard to follow up.
But yeah, I actually think the setup's pretty funny too. Like, they're like, why are you sending me to Scottshire or whatever, like this random place?
Stanford.
Yeah.
Stanford. Oh yeah, Stanford.
Stanford.
And then like,
Stanford. Bridge.
yeah, Stanford.
Stanford Bridge.
Yeah.
Oh okay. Yeah, okay. They're like, yeah, why are you sending me to Stanford? And he's like, yeah, I want to talk to the boss or whatever. I'm like, okay, and then they get the big boss, and he's like, yeah,
they
you're
just
still
keep
leaving.
being bosses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And they're like on point, like ready to talk. Like,
yeah,
they're
and they're
already
like,
ready.
the guys aren't going to be okay with this, and he goes, and they're all like ready for him to leave.
Good luck. Okay. I just think it's really funny also how like as soon as he gets there, like everybody's like saying like, "Hey Sergeant, hey Sergeant."
Oh yeah,
And he's
Hey,
like,
Sergeant. He's like,
yeah, and
Like, I don't
yeah,
know.
it kind of has that weird quality to it, like where everyone's like
it's
happy
like
and everything.
everybody's like a perfect village
for the
almost.
greater good.
Yeah, and like everything's an accident. They're like, "Oh, nobody's bad in this village."
The greater good. The greater
the
good.
greater good.
That
How-
kind of
how is
character
this-
acting like kind of reminds me of Monty Python.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
does.
that kind of humor. Yeah, that's true.
How is this for the greater good? The greater good.
Yeah, oh man, I just love the whole third. I love the whole third act of like the reveal and everything. It's like these people are just doing it because they're like neighbor. They just want their city to be like super safe or whatever.
They want their city to be Village of the Year.
Yeah, because I don't know if so you guys that watched it for the first time. Did you actually think that Simon Skinner was going to actually end up being the bad guy, or did you think they were just setting him up as like?
No, I thought he was going to be the bad guy.
They kind of made it obvious.
No, but see, for me, it was the first time.
Sort of obvious.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
oh yeah, he's not the bad guy.
Yeah, he's not the bad guy.
Because they were setting him up
obvious.
like in a lot of action movies, they set up like
Yeah.
this is obviously going to be the evil guy, so it's obviously this guy. But like this movie is like actually him the whole time. I think that's kind of funny because a lot of times they don't.
But like
do that.
pretty much everyone was the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's true. But I think
Yeah,
that's
so-
not the point. Yeah.
No, I thought that he was the bad guy, but I didn't expect everyone to be the bad guy.
Yeah, that was the big surprise there. Yeah.
And then, like, he rolls up in that horse with, like, all the guns, and then everyone has a gun somehow.
See,
was so
I wanted to wait until the third act because I think we could just talk about that separately.
Yeah.
But like, I just want to talk about stuff in the first two acts because maybe the movie might get overshadowed just by how good the third act is. But I still think the first two acts are pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, from start to finish.
Yeah, because the
really
chemistry
good.
between the two guys they got 3 movies together, so obviously
Yeah.
they have good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think I think Nick Frost's character is my favorite. Like, just how funny he is.
He's my favorite.
Or like the two detectives are pretty funny too.
Oh, those two guys! Oh my gosh.
The two douches.
Actually,
Yeah,
everyone
douchebags.
everyone in the police station is funny.
Yeah.
Like the guy you can't understand at all.
Yeah, and like they bring him along to the show.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
He's like speaking to
Yeah, the translation scene is.
I don't like having a conversation with another guy that translates to him, and then
And then
it's so good.
Yeah,
I love that scene.
like everything's an accident. Not everything's a murder. Like they keep saying it's an accident and stuff. It's like, are you not surprised? No, at the very end, what does he say? He's like, gosh, it's something like he's like trying to explain to all those people like, are you guys surprised by how many accidents there are here every year? And they're like, no, not really, or something. He's like, and then Nick Frost's character is like, you know what, Dad? I never thought about it, but now it makes total sense, or something like that. But he says it weird. I had it yesterday. I don't remember what he says.
It's just so funny. Oh
How
my
unresponsible it is, or something. What does he say?
He says,
I'm
"That's
glad.
not ridiculous at all."
Yeah, it's like
That's
it's
not
really,
ridiculous
it's
at
actually
all.
unridiculous or something
It's
like that.
actually unridiculous. It's actually unridiculous.
I'm starting to realize how unridiculous this all is. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what he said. Oh my gosh. Another couple of funny moments for me when he got the phone call about the goose or whatever.
oh my gosh.
He's like, "All right, can I have your name, sir? All right,
Oh yeah.
eye staker, piss staker, come on!"
And then they quick cut to him after talking to that guy.
He's like-
And his name was
Yeah.
eye staker.
And that guy's actually like a famous comedian too. Stephen Merchant. He's like a famous British
Oh.
comic.
Another funny moment.
He's in Logan.
He was.
He's what's his name? Kalamazoo, Calabasas. What's his
The albino guy.
Yeah, albino.
Oh,
what's his name?
Oh, that is him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him in the movie.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny how like in almost every situation like the goose pops up. They're like,
I know.
they're like, oh,
Yeah,
look
he's
at
like-
the
finally
the
got
house,
in, it
the
just
house
turned into the
explodes,
car.
and he's like, oh look at there,
Yeah, he
right
has
in front of the
he has
goose.
his side.
When he's chasing that one.
No, they're like, yeah, that guy's like, we did find a huge suspect though. And they go to the goose, like walking across.
No, and then he's chasing the guy who like stole the stuff from the
Yeah.
candy.
Yeah,
and sees
yeah,
the
yeah.
goose, and he's like,
He's like,
He doesn't. And then Nick Frost's character. No, when they're jumping over the fences.
yes, I was about to bring this up. I laughed so hard.
He doesn't even try to. Yeah, I laughed so hard. He doesn't even try to jump. He just like trips and like runs. He just like runs into the fence. Yeah. And it was like obvious CGI because when Simon Pegg's character the last fence, he like does like a double back, like a double flip. It's like really obvious.
It was so.
And I also like it was like a running joke where he just like says like the handbook says like to say it some certain way. You know what I'm talking about? It's like not policeman. No, it's
it's
police officer.
yeah,
and then like
it's not the force because it's too aggressive.
yeah.
It's the service or something like that.
yeah, the service. Yeah, because he's like sitting in like the new addition to the police force. Service.
Yeah, yeah.
And he like whispers service.
Yeah, sir. Well, he's trying to correct. Yeah. That's funny.
You have anything?
No. I mean, those two scenes, like I mentioned, the fence part and the piss
piss
sticker.
And
Were my favorite, or my funniest
The
parts.
scene where the guy like trips on the toy truck. And
That's the ending. That's the ending. We're saving the ending.
That's
We're
not
saving-
the ending.
That's the third act.
Well, we were
It's
just
like
talking
Trips
about
on truck.
I'm trying to save the
thing
third act.
goes
'Cause I want to talk
Okay,
about it
no,
separate. First two
Okay,
acts.
and then there's when they find the mine, like he opens the entire chest and he's like, "Oh my gosh, where'd you
Oh,
go?"
yeah, yeah,
He's like, "I found it."
No, he's like, do you have a license for that? He's like, for this one. Like, what do you mean for this one?
Yeah, and like he's like, "Yeah, this thing's disabled." Like,
Everyone get down!
Or the Yarp guy. Yarp.
Yarp.
He
Yeah, see,
like
that's
did a
actually-
teddy bear on him
but
or
see,
the monkey or whatever.
That just
Yeah.
seems like a cheap joke, but that actually plays a crucial part at the end of the movie too. There's all these little things they set up.
Yeah.
Because remember, he has to act like on the walkie.
Yeah, he's like, "Yarp."
that's actually
He's like-
that's actually one of the hardest parts I laughed at. He's like, "Wait, is he? Did you make sure he's dead?"
He's like,
"No, no," and then he doesn't know what to say. He's like,
Narp?
"No,
he's like, good.
no." I don't know why I laughed so hard at that.
Because it was funny.
Yeah, Narp?
because it's like really relatable. Isn't it?
What, the Narp thing?
No, just like I'm confused.
Just that one part. That's what I was
Yeah.
talking about. The Narp.
Yeah, Narp.
So
good.
Narp. Well, okay. Let's just go to the third act, then. I want to talk about it.
Right.
So for me, the reason I like this third act so much, it's like, it's kind of just like making fun of like action movies that will have the big battle in this like open city, but like no one's like fighting or everything. It's like always just like evil people that are trained against like the good guys. Yeah. But these are just like the normal people, like the normal citizens, or like all the bad guys.
Unique, yeah.
And then I love the fact that he has all these guns. He doesn't even care who he's killing at that point. He's like shooting everyone.
Yeah.
And they're all like old people too. That makes it even funnier. Like that lady that has like the machine gun or whatever she has or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I love it.
Yeah, third act was great. That whole shootout in the streets, and then of course in the grocery store too.
Oh, the grocery store.
That was so good.
What does she say? She like that woman cop. She like hits the other girl, and she's like, "Little girl on girl action."
Girl out, you're like, ah.
Oh my gosh.
So good. Yeah, so good.
There's so many great deaths. In
There
the
are a
third
lot of
act.
great deaths.
Like he shoots the bear trap behind the guy.
Oh yeah,
He just
and
falls on his head.
Yeah, falls on his neck. Like clams his neck.
Just so many good moments in general in this film.
Like it does.
So many great
It's a pretty good
scenes.
action movie towards the end too.
It
Like
is.
it's good action.
But I think the reason there's a lot of movies like this that try to be funny and like have a action movie at the same time. But the action stuff actually works, and like I think the story actually works fairly well. You know what I mean?
It does, yeah.
There's not a lot of plot holes and stuff. Like most comedies that try to be action will have like so many plot holes, or the story will just like not make sense at all. They're just trying to make like do it for jokes.
Yeah.
But I think it works as an action movie too, just on its own.
I agree.
Yeah, I just like how this movie is like borderline cheesy, which makes it so good. Because like if they would have went just a little bit farther, it'd have been like, oh, that's a little too much. And then, but they just made it like just
They
right. I
just
like.
right.
I think it works because there's cheesy parts, but it also gets really dark at parts
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Especially like with the deaths.
It's a really good
That's like, yeah, like Richie was talking about the toy truck thing.
And they're like, yep,
He didn't even die. He just
He doesn't die
he
either.
doesn't
He just gets
die.
stuck like it gets. Oh,
And you
man.
see him like
Or whenever-
playing the ambulance, he's like, oh.
whenever they shoot the guy's toe off, you're a doctor. Deal with it.
Yeah,
No, but like it's funny because like the first death is like they're like, yep, decapitated, and they're like they just like they run
There's
out
no
of time.
skid marks. You don't think he would have tried to brake if there was a collision?
Oh yeah,
We don't call them accidents. It's a collision.
Oh yeah, accident implies there's no fault.
Or remember where he's like, where he like using that like notebook or whatever to write down everything to go see. It's like, do you even use yours? It's like, yeah, it's like a little flip book. It's like remarkable.
And he's like, wait till you see what I have on the back.
He's like,
Yeah, I just like, but the third act I think really puts the movie on another level for me. Like I could
It
watch
does.
that, I could watch that on repeat.
Especially their chemistry.
Yeah.
it's the chemistry. Yeah,
And
it
I
really
know-
sold it for me.
Like, and I know we're gonna watch review Kingsman a little bit, but it is almost similar to me.
The way
like-
they shot
like
it.
the action?
It's kind of
It's
similar.
like a lot of quick
yeah.
cuts
Like,
action, and
yeah,
then
I
like
think it has just a lot more polished in general.
Yeah, true.
maybe they,
Well, it's
maybe
'cause
because
it's
they
an
had more
action
money.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
Because
definitely have more money.
Yeah,
But I don't know. Like I feel, I don't know how to describe it. I I think this one's funnier though than King. Maybe I don't know.
It is.
Kingsman's
funnier.
pretty funny.
It's funnier. Kingsman's still funny, but I think
this one's funnier.
Yeah.
I just feel like this one
unique.
But I feel like this is just a better, well-made movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
A little different.
I agree.
And I like the Edgar Wright a lot because he's obviously like a huge movie fan. Like on the Letterboxd app we use, there's actually this list he made. He has a list of like his 1,000 favorite movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's crazy. Like
gotta
he's probably watched like thousands of movies. He's like a huge movie
see.
fan too. I respect about him.
Yeah.
Because he puts a lot of work in his movies, and like
Yeah,
he calls
I
about like
respect.
there's even in this movie. There's that one scene where he shows him all his movies. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, oh dang,
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? Like when he's in his house and he shows him all the movies, like and he gets Bad Boys.
Oh
too.
yeah. And
Yeah,
what was
Point
it?
Break.
Point Blank.
That's
Yeah,
another thing
with
I
Keanu
want to
Reeves.
point out.
The scene where he shoots in the air.
When he
Yeah,
finds-
at the end.
Yeah, it's like with his dad. He's like, ah, and like you can tell he's obviously just doing it because he wants to like do it because it's in Point Break.
Yeah.
It's like ah,
Like you said, all these moments happen before.
yeah, exactly.
actually
And you think they're just like
matter later
yeah,
on in the
that's
film.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I feel like the more times I watch it, the more I'll just get these like because there's probably more I didn't notice where there's like they just say some little joke towards the beginning and then actually like they go back to it at the ending.
It's quite brilliant. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It has really good script writing in it to pull
Totally.
all those little things.
Yeah.
So anyone have any final thoughts or anything?
No, I kind of said it. I just thought
Pretty much said
it
my
was-
favorite
it was
parts.
just really
And,
Yeah, it's really good.
yeah,
All
definitely a must watch.
All right, Richie, you want to give your rating first or last?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
For me, I think that this movie would probably get better on more watches, but I would give it a 4.5 just because I don't know if it's a perfect movie. Like, I don't know if I can say that. But it was definitely really good.
My turn?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I'd agree. 4.5. Like I said, it's just like it was like the perfect amount of funny and action, and they just didn't go overboard on how much they used of it. And
Yeah, like it doesn't go overboard with either the comedy side
Yeah.
or the action side. Yeah.
it's like there can be like they didn't use the same joke over and over again. It just had constant funniness. There was not a long period of time where I wasn't laughing, which is really nice.
I think.
Which is a trademark of a good comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's not like you see a lot of like Kevin Hart comedy or something that use a lot of gag humor or it's like
Yeah.
it's funny because he's short
That's what
or
she said.
it's funny because he
But that's a good
it's
one.
funny because he's short or it's funny because he talks weird. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like there's actually like some smart humor in this too.
Yeah, very smart.
So you give it.
That's why I like British humor more. Than
That's me too. Like one of my
like
favorite.
Monty Python. You know?
Yeah.
Like
Actually, I think some of
That's
the
probably why my dad liked this movie.
Some of the
It's
best-
just
Probably
similar.
definitely influenced.
yeah, oh yeah, some of the best comedies come from
British.
because the British have more dark humor too.
Yeah.
which is different.
But I really like it.
Yeah, so for me, yesterday I watched it and I gave it I think I'm gonna bump it up even from when I gave it yesterday because just talking about it now, I'm starting to realize even more how much I liked it.
Yeah.
Because like the jokes really are funny, and you guys pointed out stuff I didn't really recognize too. So for me, I'm gonna give it 4.5 too.
Awesome. Blake?
This movie was fantastic. I didn't see any problem with it. I'm gonna give it a 5. It's one of my favorite comedies of all time, though. I mean, it's hilarious.
It's definitely up there, and I can't wait to watch it again too because I think that, like I said earlier, I think I'll get more out of it.
I mean, we don't like. There's not a lot of smart comedies out there, and this one's just like it's one of the best.
Yeah. So have you seen Shaun of the Dead though?
I haven't seen Shaun
You
of
got-
the Dead.
okay,
I'm
So
gonna
you've
watch
seen
it.
Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah.
So
I'm
talk
going
about,
to watch it.
So talk about that in relation to this then for a little bit.
Well, like they were talking about like how they use a lot of the things they said earlier in the movie at the end.
Just like similarities, you know. Yeah, is that similar in Shaun of the Dead too, or what?
Yeah. Well, like the jokes I was saying, they're not like gags. They're just they're really smart and funny jokes, and it's pretty much almost not the same movie, but the same style of movie.
Yeah, it's written by the same people.
Yeah,
directed
it's
by
just
the same
different,
people.
like scenario.
Yeah, I think that's what this whole.
But
thing, this
it's
show-
like they're different jokes. They're funny, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really good. I think you guys would like it.
Which one do you like more?
This Hot
This one.
Fuzz, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Weston. What about you?
All right. Well, yeah. When I saw it the first time, I still really liked it, and it was probably like 4.5 stars. I gave it a 5 as well, just because it's that unique, comedy movie that compared to most I've seen, I think does really well. I actually get so many laughs out of it. Even seeing it the second time, I still laugh my butt off, and yeah, it's just I think Like, I would agree, it's not like perfect, but I think it's just that good.
I don't know. I think it is perfect.
I'll give it 5 stars. Well, like the minor stuff, like the CGI or all that. But after looking at it again, I think that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah.
So,
Plus, like, I respect it because I bet the budget's not big at all.
No.
Yeah,
They probably made a lot of money.
I mean, all of his movies aren't big budget.
yeah, but yeah, I'm definitely giving it 5 stars. It's just awesome. It's one of my
That
favorite
8 million,
comedy
that's
movies of all
actually
time.
not bad.
8 million Great
Probably
Britain.
top 5 right
I don't know
now.
what that is in dollars.
Translate 8 million pounds to dollars.
That's not pounds. GBP.
GBP.
That is pounds. Great
Yeah.
Britain pounds.
Great Britain.
Is that different than normal pounds?
No, it's just
No, it's
saying,
just the
it's
same
just
thing.
saying that's Great Britain.
Oh.
8 million.
What the?
What's it's $10 million.
10 million.
10 million. Okay.
See, that's really cheap.
That is
Especially for
super
some of
That's
the
probably
gore.
changed from when they.
2007.
See,
yeah.
look.
Yeah, so-
Yeah, look how down it's gotten.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like it's
probably more
decreased so
expensive
much.
back then.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
like, let's say it's $15 million. That's still pretty cheap for an action movie. That's really cheap for an action
It
movie.
is.
Dude, how much did they profit?
It's like John Wick cheap.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It probably didn't make that much money though, because that's what I said. If you combine all his previous movies, so it still made less than what Baby Driver made. Yeah, so that's it. Our average rate was a 4.7 out of 5. So,
Really good score.
have we done other comedy? We've done Anchorman. Have we done any other comedies?
I don't think so.
I think we'll have to start doing some more comedies.
Yeah. I'm thinking of one right now.
It's just hard. It's kind of hard to talk
Monty
about
Python?
comedies.
And the Holy Girl. Yeah.
Monty
I
Python's
might
so
recommend
good.
that. It's
Yeah.
Oh
such
my
a-
gosh.
Also,
One of my
like
favorite comedy
Men in
movies.
Tights.
Probably
have you
my
seen that?
favorite. of all
Men in
time.
Tights?
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to watch that.
Oh, Man in
It's
Tights.
like it's
Is that Mel?
or also
Is that Mel Brooks? Robin Hood Men in Tights?
No,
You know?
it's
He
like-
was in Princess Bride, I think.
Yeah, Carrie Ellis.
Yeah.
And then there's also another movie.
That's
It's
another
with
movie.
Heath Ledger. It's a Knight's Tale.
Knight's
Yeah.
Tale.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Oh, I heard
I haven't
that's
seen
good.
that.
I own that one.
I heard that's a really good movie.
Yeah, that one's a really good movie. That's comedy for sure.
I do want to watch this one. Robin Hood Men in
Yeah, I was
Tights.
thinking about watching it still.
Yeah, it is Mel
sometime
Brooks.
back.
And my favorite or two of my favorite comedies: Young Frankenstein
Oh yeah.
and Four Lions. I've told you guys about Four Lions before.
I don't think
We will do Four
Oh, and
Lions
Super
one day.
Troopers.
I haven't seen Super Troopers.
Super true.
It's a great comedy.
Well,
But it's a
Oh,
little more immature. I watched
Have you guys seen Tropic Thunder?
but-
oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh my!
that's so
I love
hilarious.
Tropic.
I was thinking about recommending that sometime.
All right, so
Oh,
yeah,
it's
so
good.
that's a tease for the future. We will definitely do more comedies, hopefully.
Yeah, we definitely gotta recommend some more.
Carrie Elves. I said Carrie Elves. I think it's Carrie Elves. Elves? I don't know how to say
Elves.
it. I don't think it's
Strange name. Yeah.
He was Psych too. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's we're gonna call that for episode 12 of Movie Club.
What's the new movie? Next
Oh yeah, we gotta decide. It's just
It's
you,
between
right?
all of us.
No, it's me.
Is it?
No, it's what? It's him.
mine.
Yeah, it's Kyle
Okay,
Styles.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
know your pick, but
What's your pick?
what's your pick?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Mentioned that last week.
Isn't
Really
it
good.
so? Why are you picking that? Do you know?
Oh, it's because I watched it like about a month ago, and before that I hadn't watched it in a while, and it was something like my dad showed me when I was a kid, and I just thought it was like really hilarious. And that's also where you get like, what's the answer to the world, the universe, and everything.
Yeah.
And 42, and it comes from that movie, and
Oh.
it's a really like, it's funny, but it's like almost.
Most Def is in this movie?
Zoe Deschanel's in there too.
Oh my God. He's like a really famous rapper.
Martin Freeman's in here? Dang. And Sam Rockwell,
So,
That's the same guy that
Alan
directed Scene.
Rickman, Bill.
Really? Yeah.
let me.
Stephen
Have you read any of the
Fry.
books or anything?
Dang.
Because they're based on books, I think.
Yeah, well, there is a book
Popular
that's
actors.
his.
A
I haven't read it. I think I've like picked it up before. and
I've heard
I've
the
read
book's
a
really
little
good,
bit.
too.
Yeah, I've read a little bit, but I don't think I've ever finished it.
Okay. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited.
Reading's
I'm excited to
overrated.
watch this movie.
It's really good.
Looks really good.
All right,
cool.
so Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is next week's movie.
Second comedy in a row.
Is it a comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And that's
a
more
comedy.
like a adventure movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's comedy adventure. It's
Okay. All right, I'm excited. It's kind of a different
yeah.
movie. than
Don't
what we're
expect it
used
to be like all funny the entire time, but it is funny for sure.
All right.
Okay. I'm looking
So
forward to it.
everyone, thank you for listening. Follow us on social media, Dumb People vs. Movies.
Give us a rate.
Give us a rate on iTunes, please. And Until next time.